suppose first and foremost, you look at them, they were in the Pro D2 2 years ago. They got promoted last year. Usually teams, from my own experience of coaching in France, when teams get up out of the Pro D2, they're looking to maintain and stay there. They went down and made the top six, so they've recruited very wisely over the last number of years. They've brought a couple of players, and even looking at the recruitment next year, they've brought a couple of players back that were formed there, that they were in the academy. And there's been quality in that. You look at the likes of Camille Lopez, who was, as I said, he was in their academy when he was a younger lad, went off to Clermont for a number of years. So they have been. Look, they've. You look at them in the league; they're 10th. They're only 4 points though off top six. They've got a good thing going there. They've a good coaching staff. I know a few of them. And as I said, they're a year in top 14 last year, making the top six. They've had a decent enough start to it as well. How they'll approach the Champions Cup, I'm not sure yet. We'll know more, I suppose, when they name their team. World Cup year is a specific or a special kind of year in terms of it's just a bit different. You've players coming back at different times, etc. And I keep talking about it. You look at the different leagues. You look at the Premiership, the Gallagher League in England, and you look at the top 14, and you're looking for teams to find their flow. And we're the same in the URC. Teams are probably not finding their full flow yet. You can see some teams getting there quicker than others. And I suppose over the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's something that we're starting to get in attack. We're starting to find our flow. I thought last week and the week before, physically, we we barred up, and it allowed us to play with quick ball. And that opens up opportunities. So you can see the combinations you spoke about. You can see the connections in terms of our attack. It's starting to I suppose flow better at the moment. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure they will too. I'm sure they will. They've had as I said, they've had a decent start to the league. They're only 4 points out from the top six. And as I said last year, they got into the top 14. And managed to make the top six. You have to be a good side to do that, knowing how competitive that competition is over there. So yeah, look, we've had, I suppose the good thing for us is we're going into this game with, in the URC, very much competitive games, especially the last 2 weeks. You're looking at the top 2 teams we've played in Leinster and in Glasgow, physical games, especially last weekend against Glasgow, because it's a big part of their game, and I felt we were physically there, and it allowed our game flow in terms of our breakdown, etc. And it's probably something again that's the challenge for this week. They're big men, so the collisions, the ruck speed is going to be huge, and as we alluded to, they have a good set piece. Their coach is a former second row with La Rochelle, who would be very much set piece focused, and a lot of teams like that will look at, I suppose, where they hurt the opposition, and it's cut their source, and that's breakdown, and that's set piece. So we know we need to be on it there, and if we are, well, hopefully our game can flow like I suppose it has been in a way over the last couple of weeks. Huge, two absolute legends of Munster rugby. Give us so much satisfaction over the years. Two brilliant players, two brilliant guys. So it's you look back over the last number of years. It didn't happen for some players through COVID, etc. So it's brilliant that the opportunity will arise on Saturday, and first Champions Cup game in Thomond Park. There's a bit of an excitement around that in terms of the game, and obviously the lads will add to that in terms of the fans, etc. So delighted for all involved.
Yeah, the prep is going well. I suppose they're going to be a big challenge, hugely physical with some exciting backs and the likes of Lopez and Machino hanging around. They're going to be very difficult. I know they've had a few big results recently as well in the top 14, so we'll have to perform well to come out the right side of it. We've looked at ourselves as a collective and individually, and there's areas we got wrong and we were inaccurate, and it cost us against a very strong mauling side, and we've got to be better. We've no option but to be better, and I'd be confident we'll right a few wrongs there this weekend. I do think we've a way to go in terms of improving, and we're constantly trying to do that. and the coaches we have are driving that as well, and it's a great place to be in when you know you have stuff to improve on and you can action it each week and go out and do better the next week after week.